Hello and welcome back. So this is going to be another Shop My Stash makeup basket video. I am pretty excited. I do really enjoy this series. I will first recap the products I used last time, and usually I do show you picking out the products, but I've been kind of thinking of some things I want to use, so I already know what I want to use, so that part will be a little different this time, but next time I will try to get back to the part where I do show you my makeup drawers, so let's get into it. I had this ColourPop lipstick in Lucky Strike, and this is one of the Velvet Blur, and this is a mauve color. Let me swatch it. It's a pretty typical mauve type shade, but it's the only one that I have like this in my collection. Luxe formula is definitely one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. I don't know that the Velvet Blur though is really that different than the other formulas in the Luxe lipsticks, at least not to me, but I like them all. As far as the color, so these mauve shades, they tend to always look different on my lips than they do swatched, just because my lips are really pigmented. So on me, it just looks darker than this. How I've been wearing this is like I am today. I put it on top, but then I put a light pink lipstick and lip gloss on top, and I just feel like that makes it a bit lighter, which is definitely what I'm going for. So I do like this one, but on its own, it's just a bit too dark on my lips and I don't love the way it looks. Then I had picked the Morphe Bronzer, and I've been loving this. I've used this most days, except for a few days where I wore my Project Pan blush, the Marc Jacobs, but yeah, this is Icon, and it's definitely lighter than most of my other bronzers. So I do build it up a little bit, and I'm wearing this today. I'm not wearing anything else for contour or anything, so this blends so easily. I love it. It's such a nice formula, and I actually think the packaging is pretty cool, so I'm really glad I got some use out of this. This next item I definitely have some mixed feelings on. That is this Becca palette, the Blushed with Light. So, I don't know how I feel about it, because this middle shade called Songbird is a pretty warm looking kind of blush, okay? But on the cheeks, it is so splotchy and hard to blend. I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck, Becca? Usually their blushes are really good. And I had not used this palette a whole lot before this Shop My Stash, so that was disappointing. However, this one, Snapdragon, is really great, but I have this in another Becca palette. Redundant, I know. However, this one, Wisteria, wow, that is such a gorgeous mauve blush. Let me swatch it because this was so my favorite in the palette. I mean, look at that pinky mauve color. It is so pretty, and I don't really have any other colors like this in my collection. So I was kind of debating getting rid of this because I already have Snapdragon and I do not like Songbird. But Wisteria is so good. So I have decided to keep it only for that one, I know, but lesson learned, I need to stop buying blush palettes. Then I had picked two eyeshadow palettes, and sadly I've only used each of these once. I just wasn't super in the mood for warm type looks, and also I didn't wear that much makeup this week and I mostly used my Pan That palette, so yeah, only used these each once, but I do really like them. So the first one, the Jaclyn Hill Ring the Alarm Morphe palette, I think it's great. I mean, it's got more variety because you have a deep dark purple, a gold, like a reddish color. The mattes are really good in this palette, and the shimmers are pretty good too. But yeah, I mean, I do really like this palette. I want to get more use out of it, but I'm going to put it away for now. Then I had the Warrior palette by Juvia's Place. I mean, this one is so gorgeous. These metallic shades are so amazing. But yeah, this one is fairly monochromatic. It's just brown, bronze, and gold, but the quality on this palette is amazing, so I definitely love it. I want to use it again soon, but I'm going to put these away for now. So for this next round of Shop My Stash, I've only picked 4 items because I think having 2 eyeshadow palettes while trying to do Pan That palette was way too much. Sometimes it works out, but other times it just doesn't, so I only have 4 items. I have not used this highlighter in a very long time, and I've actually kind of considered getting rid of it, but I know that I do like it. It's the Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold, and I'll swatch it for you. I mean, it's an intense gold highlighter. It's really pretty. I have a lot of gold highlighters is the problem, so you know, if I could declutter one, that would be pretty good, actually. There it is there. I mean, it's so intense and metallic, and I know that I love it, so it's gonna be hard for me to get rid of this. So I wanna try it out and see how I feel, but yeah, I do know I love this. Then I picked a face palette because my face palettes always get neglected. This is the Becca Chloe palette, and I haven't had this for that long. I do know that I love it though. So the highlighter is a gorgeous vanilla shade, and these blushes they have some sheen, but they don't really look that shimmery on the face, but they are so gorgeous. So I'm excited to get more use out of this, and yeah, I'm pretty pumped. This is so finely milled. It's a really, really nice formula. Then I decided to go with my newest bronzer, which I did talk about this in a recent review video where I reviewed $1 makeup from Dollar Tree and Shop Miss A, and this is from Dollar Tree. It's called Beauty Benefits Hollywood Bronzer. This is the color Cinnamon, and I love this. I used this a few weeks ago when I first bought it and did that review, and it's so good. So, I mean, it's a basic bronzer. It definitely leans some olive in it, which I really like. It's not too cool toned, but it's definitely not orange either. So this works so well on my skin tone, and it blends out really nicely. So yeah, this is only $1, but I love it. So like I said last time, I think having 2 eyeshadow palettes was a bit much. So I just chose one, and I went with this, the Marvelous Mauves by Dose of Colors. I've talked about this many times on my channel that I just have not used it enough and I don't reach for it. So now is the time, because I've been kind of in the mood for pink looks like I'm wearing today. I mean, it's an absolutely gorgeous palette. I particularly like these 3 middle shades. They are really nice, but yeah, I mean, this palette is somewhat limiting. I mean, I think if I mix this with other palettes, I could actually do a lot of looks. And I know that I really like this formula. It's smooth, so yeah. Also, I always forget to take pictures of my makeup, but I would like to start taking pictures of my eyeshadow with the palettes I pick for my Shop My Stash, so I'll try to take one picture of this one for the next update. Alrighty, that is it for this Shop My Stash. I'm pretty excited, and I think 4 items will be better. I think hopefully I'll be able to get more use out of them. I think 5 was a bit too much. So that is it. Check out my Shop My Stash playlist, and thank you for watching.